in the eco green friendly area at Rolling Ridge Nursery. It used to be on the other side of the store last year, but with the ever expanding product line, we needed to move it to a larger area to give it more room. Not only does it contain organic fertilizers, insecticides, and fungicides, but eco pots that were made from recycled materials, pots that are made from rice hulls that can be used in compost, bamboo gardens, bamboo tools tools with bamboo handles and recycled steel, Haitian art, just all sorts of items, rain barrels of shapes, different shapes and sizes, and even recycled material Adirondack chairs that are really neat and very comfortable. So we have a full line of green products for you, for natural products to use, plus we have the 30 years of experience in selling green products. We've been selling green items since the early 70s. I also wanted to take this opportunity to dispel some myths about crabgrass preventing. A lot of people think it's too late to do it. Well, actually, crabgrass doesn't germinate until the soil temperature is over 60 degrees for more than 10 days. Right now, I just checked this morning the temperature on our front hillside. Now, remind you that our front hillside is a 5-foot wide strip that is surrounded by a concrete sidewalk and Gore Avenue, facing west. Its temperature ranged, I checked in 3 different spots, ranged from 48 degrees to 45 degrees. So there's no crabgrass that's germinating yet. If you have things in your yard that are greening up, there's a good chance that it's chickweed, henbit, might be some clover, dandelions. All of those are biennial type weeds that actually germinated last fall and are now starting to grow actively since the soil's starting to warm. So there are 3 ways to try to eliminate crabgrass. Some of you commented on my newsletter and March lawn tips that I didn't talk about an organic solution. Well, there is an organic solution, but as with all organic fertilizers, to be most effective they need warm soil, which kind of makes a catch-22. If you wait for the soil to warm up to use the corn gluten product, which is the Luscious Lawn corn gluten that will prevent crabgrass and some other weeds for 60 to 90 days, then you might be too late for it. The soil is going to be warm enough that you can get some crabgrass still germinating. And with the organic material, you're only going to have about 50% control the first year, 75% control the second year, and then up to about 90-95% the third year. So it's one of these things that works cumulatively in the soil. You do have the benefit of the organic corn gluten nitrogen, which will slowly release into the soil. There are 2 alternatives, both chemical, that will also be effective. The high yield product is a Bayland Treflan material that will stop crabgrass, foxtail, your other annual grasses. Very effective on those. Will take out some summer broadleafs. There's no fertilizer involved with that. With that product, you're probably best, as with the corn gluten, to do 2 applications. One now, and then one later in late May, early June. That way, because there are 2 forms of crabgrass. One that germinates around Mother's Day, which we don't see a lot of, but the main culprit, which a lot of people call watergrass, is is actually a southern version of crabgrass called hairy leaf crabgrass, and it's the one that forms those dense, thick clods and clumps in your grass. And basically, they'll grow in the sunniest areas where out by the street, the sidewalk, where the grass has a hard time growing anyway. Could be salt damage, could just be the heat of the sidewalk. So those products will be best with a second application. Another combination fertilizer, crabgrass preventer, is the Pennington with the Bayland. I like this one because it's a very low nitrogen fertilizer. It it only has 5% nitrogen. It's mainly phosphorus and potassium to help build the root system and slowly bring the grass out of winter. Grass grows pretty well on its own just by, you can look around where the soil's starting to warm up, where the sun's shining on it. Grass is already starting to green up pretty well. So those, you don't need a lot of excess nitrogen. We also have the Bradfield Luscious Lawn, which is a complete lawn food, as well as the old standard Milorganite, which has been around forever. Very good organic fertilizers. In terms of garden use, we have the Dr. Earth products, which Dr. Earth is a company out of California. Last year was the first year they really went west or east of the Rockies. So they were new to us last year. It's a very complete line, and it contains all the probiotics to improve the soil as well as feed the plants. But that's where we are. It's a brief look at our organic area, a little bit of tip. I hope I cleared up some of the confusion about crabgrass. We're here 7 days a week in the spring, so feel free to swing by anytime and we can tell you the right product for the right place. Thank you. We'll see you at Rolling Ridge.